Hi, this is Dave, and the date today is December 27th, 2021. This is my latest video chronicling my ongoing weight loss routine that I have been going through now since November 1st, basically. Just to recap, in case somebody's watching this and they've never seen one of my other videos, as of October 31st, 2021, I weighed 403 pounds. I am a morbidly obese individual with a variety of different health issues. I have a heart condition, arthritis, I had a compressed sciatic nerve, and some respiratory problems as well. And by the end of October 2021, I had basically gotten to the point where my life was becoming, for all intents and purposes, unmanageable because of my weight and my health condition. So starting as of November 1st, 2021, I began a very aggressive routine of intermittent fasting. I began to eat only once or twice a week. I would fast for 60 hours at a time. So for example, November 1st and 2nd, I did not eat. And then as of November 3rd at 12 noon, I ate. I gave myself 12 hours from noon until midnight to eat. And then starting on the 4th, midnight on the 4th, I began to fast for 60 hours again. I did this for the entire month of November, and I was extremely successful. I lost 31 pounds in 30 days. So basically, I've kind of made it more glib and said 30 pounds in 30 days because it sounds more catching to the ear. But yeah, I was very successful my first month. So at that point, I decided to start chronicling my routine on video. And also, I've made some adjustments here and there to my ongoing my ongoing plans and the way I have been executing this plan to use the intermittent fasting. Primarily after the month of November, I found that I was having a lot of success. Obviously, with losing 30 pounds in 30 days, I was very happy, and my body was handling the fasting very well. So I decided to increase the length of my fasts. I ended up starting a routine of what they call rolling fasts, which was, the long fast followed by one eating day and then another long fast. And I switched from 60 hours to 88 hours. Initially, it was only my plan to do 72, but because of the way I generally stop eating at night, I didn't want 72 hours later to start eating again at midnight, so I gave myself till the next afternoon. So for the month of December, I have been doing rolling fasts again, and I have increased the length of the time of the fast to 88 hours. I did, I believe, 4, maybe 5 88-hour fasts up until the holidays that we've just finished. Like I said, today's December 27th. Excuse me a moment. This delicious spring water, not seasoned, it's not food, flavored with natural lime juice. So when I'm on my fast, I'm pretty strict. I don't really drink or eat anything at all. I know some people say you can drink black coffee or green tea or whatever, but I generally stick with either water or the what they call snake juice, which is a supplement. It's water mixed with the various different salts and other supplements, potassium and whatnot. So really the only I was going to say vice, but it's not really a vice. The only pleasure I have while I'm doing these long fasts is this spring water. So anyways, I finished a bunch of 88-hour fasts, and then I knew the holidays were coming. So I looked at the schedule and the calendar, and I decided that I was going to do something. I didn't want to lose fasting days because of the holiday, but I also was not going to fast on the actual holidays because I had plans on the 24th and on the 25th, and I wasn't going to ruin those plans just because of my fasting routine. I was very, very worried that I was not going to be able to stick to my routine, but I was determined to do it anyways. So I decided that the only way to deal with it would be to do something a little unusual, and that was I did my refeed last weekend, and then rather than do a 88-hour fast, I actually did what I called a 4-day fast. It was more than 4 days, it was 4.5 days really. So right up from the weekend up until Christmas Eve, I fasted straight through. So for a grand total of, it was meant to be 111 hours. As usually happens with me, I make plans of how long my fast is going to go, and they end up going a little tiny bit longer because of the fact that I was out getting some Christmas shopping, last minute Christmas shopping done, and I didn't get home when I thought I would. So I actually ended up fasting for 112.5 hours. So I basically did. I fasted for 4.5 days, right up until Christmas Eve day, which was fine. And then I did my refeed on Christmas Eve day, so around 2 in the afternoon or 2:30 in the afternoon, I think. I had what I always break my fast with, which is a bunch of celery stalks. I actually quite like celery. I don't know why. I know it's supposedly flavorless, but I'm a big fan. I always have been. So I bought a bunch of celery, cut them into little stalks, put a little bit of cheese on there, and ate those, and that was good. And then I had a nice big Caesar salad. And that was good. And then I did not eat again until the evening when we had our Christmas party. The Christmas party turned into a bit of a fiasco. We had plans for 5 people to be here, and we had a 13-pound turkey and had the whole spread, turkey and stuffing and gravy and potatoes and the whole 9 yards. And like I said, I had fasted for 4.5 days to kind of give myself make sure that I got all my fasting days in, but was still able to take part in the holiday. And then we had pretty much everybody canceled out on us. It wasn't anything against us personally. It's as everybody knows, I'm sure, we're in the middle of a pandemic right now. And here in the Toronto area, Toronto, Canada, we are in the midst of a surge, what they call a surge. There's a new variant to the disease. It's called the Omicron variant, and prior to this, the daily case count for COVID patients in Ontario and Toronto area was around 400 to 500 people, and then over the last week, it surged up to almost 10,000 people a day. We're getting reporting COVID. So that is a big problem because one of my guests that was supposed to come to the party, a good friend of mine, is actually a cancer survivor. He's in remission, but he's immunocompromised. So having him go out and about in public during the pandemic was probably not a smart idea. And another one of the people that was supposed to come to the party is what they call an anti-vaxxer. He has not been vaccinated. Now I have been. I've been double vaccinated, as has my roommate, but so I'm not really all that, even though I have underlying health issues, I'm not all that concerned about being around people that aren't vaccinated. As far as I'm concerned, from the research that I've done, they're putting themselves at risk more than they are me. And the other person, the thing is this person that hasn't been vaccinated, they are off work right now on disability, and they've been pretty much isolated all the time anyway, so they have no contact with other people. But they were hemming and hawing about coming as well, and I did not encourage them to come because I figured, well, I'm vaccinated and I don't know, whatever. So they didn't come. So the bottom line is this big party we were going to have only ended up having 3 people at it, which was fine except for the fact that I had a ton of food. We had like a 13-pound turkey and a bunch of stuffing and potatoes and gravy and the whole 9 yards, right? So we did the party anyways, and it was fine. It went well. Even though there was tons of extra food, I did not eat any more than I normally would. As a matter of fact, to be honest with you, I think I actually ate less on this refeed on that day than I normally do. Like I said, I had the celery and the salad in the early afternoon, and then I had the turkey dinner at night, but I only ate 1 plate. There was plenty for seconds and I wasn't hungry after the 4.5 day fast. I find that the longer the fast I do, when I refeed, the fuller I get, the quicker. So I didn't want any more. We had pecan pie at dessert, and I ate that. That's fine. And then that was it for the night. So normally, in my normal routine, that would have been it. Then I would have, at midnight, I would have stopped eating and started fasting again. But the following day was Christmas Day, and I was having dinner with my parents. So I woke up on the 25th. I had some cheese and crackers, and then I went to my parents for dinner, and had an identical turkey dinner on the 25th to the one I had on the 24th, which I'm sure a lot of other people do that as well. You end up having more than 1 turkey dinner in a day, or in a matter of 2 or 3 days. So then I got home on Christmas night, and at midnight I stopped. So this was the first time in 2 months that I've eaten on back-to-back days. Otherwise, I've been extremely militant. I'd never eaten 2 days in a row since I started this fasting routine. Unfortunately, on the 26th, yesterday, I became extremely ill. I went to bed at around 2 o'clock in the morning, and I think I slept for maybe 2 or 3 hours, and around 4:35 a.m. on yesterday I woke up and I was in just absolute agony. I had the worst case indigestion I think I've ever had in my life. I don't want to get too graphic, but I'm not saying this gratuitously, but the thing is, these are issues I think people that do extended fasting need to be aware of and need to know about and discuss, and certainly it's going to be an issue for me. So I was just totally, what's the word I'm looking for? I guess bloated. Like I had so much gas, and it was just like, I felt like somebody had stuck an air hose in me and pumped it up. So literally, like I would open my mouth and I would, it's gross, but I would belch involuntarily. Like I didn't have any choice but to belch. Like that's how much gas I had. And I also was very, very flatulent, and I did not have any choice about that either. Like I was literally just felt like I was bursting at the seams with the most horrific gas pains that you'd ever had in your life. It was just miserable. I felt just like garbage, and it was horrible. So pretty much all day yesterday I was just in misery. I tried a couple of things to deal with it. Of course, I did what everybody does. I Googled it, and I tried doing a teaspoon of baking soda in a glass of water and guzzling that, and that worked for like maybe an hour and a half. I belched like crazy, but then the pressure released for a while, but then it came right back. I tried some over-the-counter medication, they call it Gas X, and that worked maybe an hour or so. I was so tired because I hadn't really barely slept, right? So I took the Gas X, and then I laid down, and I only slept for like maybe half an hour, 45 minutes, and then I woke up again with these gas pains, and it was just brutal. It was a rough day yesterday. There was no danger of me breaking my routine, because I had no interest in anything. So it really continued pretty much for right up until about 10 o'clock last night. I took my dog for a walk at 10 p.m. and a nice long, like good half an hour walk, and that actually, I don't know, when I got home I felt better. I mean, I was popping Tylenol, to be honest with you, because I was just in so much discomfort, physical discomfort. But anyways, whatever the reason or whatever caused this, I was really sick yesterday. So the big question is, was that because of fasting? And the answer is, I believe it was. Partially. Here's why. I've mentioned in my other videos over the last maybe month, I'm finding that my refeeds, I'm getting into this weird thing where if I force myself to eat in a smaller window, like an 8-hour window, then the next day I generally tend to get horrible indigestion no matter what I do. If I stretch it out to 12 hours, like let's say I start eating at 1 and go till 1 in the morning, my indigestion is not as bad. But the bottom line is, after fasting for 88 hours, I'm consistently getting really bad indigestion the days after I do eat. And I've read a lot about it, and there's a number of theories for that. One of the things is, listen, I'm like, for the month of December, I will only have eaten 8 out of 31 days. So that's not 8 days in a row. That's 8 days in total for the entire month of 31 days. That's all I ate, was 8 days. So my digestive system was very inactive during that time. All I did was drink carbonated spring water and bottled water, and water with lemon juice, and of course the infamous snake juice, which is water mixed with sodium and potassium supplements in there to help my electrolytes, right? So one theory is that my body my digestive system is going dormant when I'm not eating, and then when I'm forcing a giant meal on it, it's just having a hell of a time handling the load of all this food, and it just can't digest it. That makes sense to me. The other theory is that they say that if you stop eating, like you go for a prolonged fast, then your body stops producing natural stomach acid. So when you do eat, The food just kind of sits in your digestive system and it doesn't get dissolved by your stomach acid because you don't have any, which also makes sense. So there are other theories too, or other solutions and things that have been discussed online. If you go on Reddit or discussion groups or whatever, you'll see all sorts of different theories. The bottom line is, and then on top of that, and this has nothing to do with fasting, turkey generally upsets my stomach, like it does a lot of people. I did not eat to excess. I did not stuff myself like a crazy person. I ate 2 days in a row, which I hadn't done since October. So I think my body may have been just saying, hey, listen, you haven't eaten 2 days in a row in months, and now all of a sudden you're eating 2 days in a row. And the other thing is that, let's be honest, the good thing is, I didn't have indigestion when I woke up on the 26th. I had eaten on the 25th, and I was fine. Or pardon me, I ate Christmas Eve, and when I got up Christmas Day, I was fine. I did not have indigestion. So if I had left it, maybe I would have been fine, but that really wasn't an option because I wasn't going to skip the Christmas at my parents' house. So the big $1 million question is, was this just an outlier because I ate 2 days in a row and I ate turkey, and will I be fine next time? Or is this going to continue to be a major problem for me, that the longer I fast and then when I break my fast I eat, and I'm going to get indigestion my first day back? Quite honestly, had I had, like I said, I tried baking soda and I tried this Gas X, these pills, soluble pills that are supposed to kill the gas in your stomach. Didn't work. I really, if I'd have had Pepto-Bismol, I would have drank some, even though it probably would have broke my fast, because I was in that much discomfort. I wasn't going to go out and look for Pepto because it was the day after Christmas. Most of the stores were closed, and I wasn't that bad off, but it was pretty rough. I don't want to go through that one again, trust me. So my next refeed is going to be an interesting, actually I probably won't judge it by my next refeed, because my next refeed is going to be New Year's Eve. So I'm not going to hold that as the new standard. But I think my first refeed in January, I'm going to see how I feel afterwards. I'm going to try and keep my eating window to like 8 to 10 hours. I'm going to eat reasonably and see how I feel. So if in January I do my refeed and I end up with terrible indigestion afterwards, then I'm going to figure something out. One of the things I've considered doing is reaching out to Cole Robinson, who is the inventor of the snake diet. He's been doing this for about 5 years now, and he certainly knows pretty much all there is to know about extended fasting and extended fasting routines. Now, there's a couple issues with that. Firstly, he kind of was a big proponent of the what they call the Eat Big Fast Long routine early in his time with the Snake Diet YouTube channel. He's gotten off that now. He's really kind of the big thing he seems to be flogging lately is OSAD instead of OMAD, one snack a day. So his big recommended thing now is that you eat like 1,500 calories right before bed, and then you fast all day during the day, which is fine, except for the fact that I'm basically 200 pounds overweight, right? So I don't know. That's the route I'm gonna go. Well, it's definitely not the route I'm gonna go. I'm gonna ride the thing I'm doing right now until it stops working for me, and then I'll reconsider. The other thing is that he charges money for consultations on the phone, and I have mixed feelings. I would like to talk to him because he knows his stuff. The flip side is, if you've heard his name or seen his YouTube channel or are familiar with his work, he's a bit of a character, is a piece of work, and so I don't know. There's very few people if I go to see my doctor, I know what he's gonna say. If I go to see like a normal GP and say, listen, I get indigestion when I don't eat for 3 days, and he's gonna say, well then don't not eat for 3 days, and that's not an option, right? In the last couple of years, I spoke to my doctor about weight loss, and there was two options, right? One was eat 6 small meals a day and exercise, which we all know is not, like, eating 6 small meals a day does nothing for weight loss. And the other thing was the discussion around weight loss surgery, and that's just not something I'm willing to look at this point. It's funny, I was going to say I'm not taking it right off the board, but I pretty much am. I pretty much am. I'm not. That's not something I'm interested in at this point in my life, really, for a variety of reasons. Not the least of which is I don't think that getting weight loss surgery really addresses the underlying issue of why you're morbidly obese. I think that cutting out a chunk of your stomach and then it just, I don't know. That's a topic for another day, but there are a couple people on YouTube that have been big YouTube personalities, weight loss personalities, and they've decided to throw in the towel, quit fasting, and get surgical procedures, and it just doesn't sit right with me. I mean, it's easy for me to sit here at like 380 pounds and cast stones at other people, but not for me, because to me, fasting is not even about the weight loss. It's about autophagy and the health benefits, number one, and then number two, it's about helping me deal with the psychological reasons why I'm obese. And I think that I mean, I could, duct tape my mouth shut and not eat. I mean, it just, physically, you have to address why you're overeating and break that cycle. And I don't think getting your stomach cut up or getting liposuction or anything like that, that's not gonna address the issue, in my opinion. I may change my tune down the road, although I can't see it. Like, had I let my name go on the list for gastric bypass, I probably would have had it by now already, back when this whole process started with me, and I didn't, and I don't regret it. So, but anyways, I can't talk to my doctor about this indigestion problem because I know he's going to tell me don't fast, and that's not an option, because the indigestion sucks, but the reality of it is that after the first 24 hours it goes away. So if worst case scenario is, right, if I have to continue fasting for 8 hour fasts and then eat one day and feel fine that day, but then the first day of my next 8 hour fast I have indigestion, okay, not ideal, but whatever, I'll deal with it. The benefits of the fasting are far outweigh the inconvenience of the indigestion. Now, certainly, having said that, I would not want to go through what I just went through yesterday, because I was freaking miserable. I was just, this is the worst. But it was to be expected. Like I said, you eat 2 big turkey dinners in 2 days after not eating for 4.5 days, you're going to have some stomach problems. But man, that was not a fun 24 hours. It really wasn't. So the big question is then, what's up next for me? It is now the 27th, Monday the 27th. In theory, if I was doing rolling 88s, my next eating day would be, today's Monday, it would be Wednesday. But I'm not doing that because I have dinner plans on New Year's Eve. I have a reservation for my favorite sushi place, and I'm going out for dinner. And no matter how you chop up the schedule, I can't get in 288s before then. It can't be done. I can do 260s and then break it up in the middle. Like if I didn't eat yesterday, and then I'm not eating today. So in theory, I could eat tomorrow and then fast again Wednesday and Thursday, and then eat Friday. But I'm not doing that. Because I don't want to go back to 60s. Like, they were great. Obviously, I can't really complain about the success of 60-hour fasts when I lost 30 pounds in 30 days doing 60-hour fasts. But the 4.5-day fast really taught me something about myself, and it taught me about fasting in general. And I'm gonna do something a little crazy here. I'm doing a 5-day fast as we speak right now. I'm 2 days into a 5-day fast. It's going to end up being about 133 hours in total. So I started fasting again as of midnight on the 26th. Like, I had Christmas dinner at my parents'. I came home. My roommate had some sausage rolls. I ate a couple of those, and then I stopped eating at midnight, right, on the 26th. And I will not eat again until New Year's Eve. So five days and change. My plan at this point is to fast straight through, and then the day of the 31st, in the morning, I will get up, do what I got to do, and I will do my normal routine. I'll have a salad and some celery stalks and maybe some crackers, vegetable crackers and stuff like that, and then kind of kick my metabolism back on again, get my stomach going again, and then go up and do my dinner on New Year's Eve. So that is the plan. Let's talk about how did I feel in my 4-day fast. Good. I was really, really, really nervous about it. I thought I wouldn't be able to do it, and I got to be honest with you, I'm finding that the farther these fasts go, the better they are. For example, um, I did the 72, like my normal 72/88 hour fast. I found the fourth day was easier than the third, which is I've heard of that before, but it definitely I'm just telling you that's the way it is. I felt fine on the 20. Now, what helped was that I was really busy that day too, like the final day of my 4-day fast. I had a lot going on. I knew I had people coming over to the apartment, and my place was a mess, so I spent like literally practically the entire day cleaning, like vacuuming and dusting and sweeping and mopping and all that kind of stuff. And then I had some last minute Christmas preparations as far as wrapping presents and stuff. So I kept myself really, really busy, and the day just kind of flew by. And I didn't end up sitting down until later in the evening. And then by that point, I was hungry. Like I definitely wanted to eat, but I wasn't like I didn't spend the whole fourth day, oh my god, oh my god. And then on the day that I broke my fast, it's always easy the last half day, right? Like you get up in the morning and today I'm going to be eating, so it's not like I run straight to the cupboards and start shoveling stuff in my yap. So yeah, it was good. The 4.5 day fast, the 111-hour fast was aces. It went way better than I thought it would, than I could have expected, and that going as well as it did is what has given me the courage to try and tackle this 5-day fast, which I'm doing right now, the 133-hour fast. So yeah, that's the plan. As of now, we are going to fast until New Year's Eve. Then I'm going to eat New Year's Eve, and I'm also going to consume some alcohol. I'm sure there's all sorts of theories about fasting and booze and blah 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 blah. But I will have a full stomach by the time New Year's Eve rolls around. I'll have eaten earlier in the evening, so I'm going to drink. I don't know if I'm going to drink to excess. I generally don't. I can count on one hand the number of times I've been drunk in the last 5 years. So no, I doubt it. But I might. I don't know. I mean, we'll play it by ear. And then I'm going to give myself New Year's Day to recover. If I did overindulge in alcohol on New Year's Eve, then I might eat something on the 1st. If I don't overeat or overdrink on the 31st, then I will just go right into my fast as of whenever. And January is going to be nothing but 88s. That's the plan. I'm done with the 60s for now, and I don't think I'm going to be doing any more extended fasts. So I'm just going to roll right through January. Plan is with the extended fasts, so the 88 hours, and that's my routine for now. 88 hours. Last but not least, obviously we're coming up 4 days from now will be 2 months, and I will be weighing myself again. So I wish I could tell you how much I've lost in the month of December. I do not know yet. I will record a video once I do know. I can tell you I definitely have lost a significant amount. I've said this a million times, but it bears repeating. I don't think it's realistic to expect to have lost another 30 pounds in 30 days. That was the first month. It was a shock. I mean, trust me, I will be the most happiest person if I do, but I'm not. That's not what I'm expecting. What I'm aiming for is 20 pounds. So if I can be down 20 pounds as of January 30th or January 31st, like if I'm down, I will take that, right? So that would be perfectly great. And worst case scenario for me is to lose just 15 or 16 pounds, because there are those old school people who say you can only metabolize X number of pounds per day or per week or whatever. So let's say hypothetically I lose half a pound a day, which is what some people think that's the maximum amount of fat you can actually dispose of. If I lose half a pound a day, that'll put me like 15 and a half, 16 pounds for the month, right? So here's the way we're looking at it. If I lose 16 pounds, okay. Less than 16 will be a major disappointment. If I lose 16, okay. If I lose 20, great. Any more than that is just gravy. I hope I do, but as long as it's at least 16, I'll be more than happy. So, I mean, that's a big ask, 16 pounds in a month. So, now, the question is then, what do we do? Because I've been doing these videos, and I kind of start every video off saying, oh, well, this is how much I've lost, blah, 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 blah. And I realized that nobody watches these videos yet. A couple people have viewed them, but no significant numbers. And that's because I really have not done anything to publicize them. Like if you I guess if you searched on YouTube for extended fasting or whatever, my video might pop up, but not yet. I'm not doing anything to publicize this channel on Reddit or anywhere else. So eventually I probably will, especially if I have more success this month. Like if I lose a significant amount of weight in December, then I think I'll probably want to publicize that or try and get more people with eyeballs on this channel just to share what I'm going through and see if anybody else needs help or it could also use my advice or kind of go through this with me. If that's the case, then doing my weigh-ins only once a month probably aren't going to work because there's too much, unless I only do the videos once a month, which I don't think that works either. So I think in January I'll probably go to weigh myself every 2 weeks and see how that works, but I haven't decided for sure. I am going to record another video, and it's going to be about your body adjusting to fasting, but I don't want to do it all in one video because half an hour is probably too long as it is, never mind asking somebody to sit for longer than that. So as of today, December 27th, I am doing very well. I have not cheated. I made it through a 4.5 day fast. I stuck to my plan as far as eating at the holidays. I'm on track to fast for the majority of the month of December and only have eaten 8 days. And I am in the middle of a 5-day fast. So all is well, and I will touch base with everybody soon. If you are seeing this for the first time and you're going through something similar or you have any questions or anything, please feel free to leave a comment. And we will talk to you soon. Have a good night.